Yep.
Can you speak on building successful teams and how that's helped you, specifically to a contractor who's
Sure.
trying to grow and elevate their business?
Absolutely. So I think that first of all, the first thing you got to do is any contractor listening right now, they need to look at their business, and if they find themselves saying these words, these are the words of sin, as a contractor can say, is no one can do that but me, right? Or I'm the only one that can. No, you are not. I guarantee you're not special. You're not a delicate snowflake. There are other people that can do whatever it is you're doing. There's someone else that can do it. And if that once you accept that as a truth, capital T truth, and yeah, I get it. You're the owner and they're not, the people that you hire or whatnot. But once you can accept delegation as a fact of your business, if you want to grow, and putting the right people in the right seats in business management, that's when you can really expand. And the first steps you got to do once you accept that truth that you're not the only one that can do things, then the next step beyond that is to sit down as the contractor and write down what you're great at, right? Well, okay, I'm great at business management or getting new leads or attracting eyeballs to my company or analyzing or underwriting, the construction bids or just writing up what we should price things at, whatever it may be. If that's what you do, that's what you're great at, that's the way you add the most value to your business, just do that. And then have the courage, Justin, to write down what you're not great at. And that might take some courage. It might take some vulnerability. You might have to look yourself in the mirror a little bit. But if you're really willing to get vulnerable, then you're not great at everything. No one is. Look yourself in the mirror, admit what you're not great at, and then make job descriptions for those things and start to have a goal of getting out there and hiring those that can do those things better than you can. You need to get really good at getting aware of your strengths and weaknesses. And the way you do that is obviously talk to people and look at yourself in the mirror, but also take assessments. There are great assessments out there that will tell you what you're great at. It'd take you 15, 20 minutes to take some of these things. One of my favorites is StrengthsFinder. And that's a book.
Yeah.
But you take StrengthsFinder. What's your number one? Have you taken StrengthsFinder, Justin?
I took this thing called Elements. It's something I put through my team and my leadership.
Yeah.
I haven't
You
taken the
familiar with
Strength
it?
Finders, but I know of it. I take something called the Elements test,
Yeah.
and it's very similar. They're parallel in what they teach, but and the Elements is I'm a wood fire. So like a wood is somebody who's hard charging, go getter, has a bunch of
Yeah.
ideas. I need an implementer. Fire, I like to talk, but I don't like to talk too much. I want to get straight to the point. I want
Yeah.
results. And then there's people
Yeah.
who are like earth and water and metal, and they all have their own different types of, personality types.
I
As
love
for
that
yourself,
analogy. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
as for yourself, what's your personality type?
So for StrengthsFinder, I'm my believe it or not, being the capital raiser dude, this is like a shocker, but my StrengthsFinder number one is positivity. My wife will tell you my favorite phrase is that it's all good.
Oh,
And I
good.
do tend
We
to
say that
find,
a lot out here. We say that a lot out here in Costa Rica.
I'll bet you do, because you know what? It is. I'll bet it
Yeah.
is most days, right?
Or Avita.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm curious regarding, I mean, you are positive. You are obviously good at bringing in capital. So that leads to the fact that you obviously know how to market yourself.
Yes.
And the things that you're doing to market, to bring in capital, to attract money, besides this podcast and other podcasts, what are some things you're doing that could potentially a contractor do?
I suggest, I've yet to see a contractor do this. So yet again, here is an empty seat that a contractor could jump into. And that is getting themselves out there on social and putting interesting things like, hey, I'm replacing these cabinets. You see me replace these cabinets, and this is how I did it. And this is where you put the screws. And this is how you put in cabinets for a good rental in your rental properties or for your fix and flip or for your investment business or whatever it may be. But to answer your question, Justin, is I put a lot of my stuff on YouTube. And now I've become a bit of a social media advocate where I'm like, I get social media as a great way to get attention to yourself using your handy dandy cell phone that we all have got. And what you could use that to shout in it on who you think ought to win the presidential election, or you could use it to grow your business, one of which is going to make you wealthy. The other one's not. The other ones makes a lot of
Yeah.
noise, one of which can make you wealthy. So use your cell phone to make you wealthy, and put out social media posts and that kind of stuff regularly that are of interest to people. So a contractor could start doing Instagram posts and Twitter posts and YouTube. I'm a big fan of YouTube. And it's not, I don't pick a certain vehicle. I just pick the ones that work. You can even do TikTok if you want. TikTok's getting a lot more traction as well. But YouTube by far has been the gold standard because they're owned by Google. And so if somebody Googles, I need to put new countertops into my rental property, they're going to see this awesome contractor that's going to say, hey, you want to put in countertops at your property and not break the bank? Let me show you how I overcoated these countertops, or let me show you how I remanufacture these countertops to make them look awesome for less than $500, right? Whatever it may be. Those are great topics that, like, not for nothing, Justin, I'd watch that video, right? I want to know how to do countertops for less than $500. That's awesome. I want to know how to do a kitchen for $2,000. Yes. Show me how, contractor,
Right.
So put out things, on social media. And the bottom line is you must tell, you cannot sell. Right. I forbid you guys from getting out there on social media and just preaching about how great you are and how great your company is and how people should call you to do business. If you give them education and you teach on social media, the phone ringing from people that want to do business with you is an automatic derivative. It will happen, and have faith that it will. Just put out good free information, good free educational stuff that's in your core genius, stuff you understand, stuff that's interesting to other people. Have the courage to put it out there, and if you build it, they will come.
Man, so much to unpack right there. It's like, it's so true. If you build it, they will come.
They sure
And
will.
if you put it out there, and the first several times you do it, you might not be good at it. But the bottom line is there's a structure. The structure that I do when I make videos, it's called hook, story, offer.
Yep.
So you want to add value, you say, hey, 3 tips I'm going to show you how to win these government contracts. That's the hook. And then the story, you tell a story about, somebody or whatever. Like for me, I tell a story about a guy who made videos just like you. And then I offer something at the end, like, hey, if you're interested, like and subscribe or whatever. So that's so important as a contractor. Guys, get online, put yourself out there, make these videos, and then do them regularly. Because if you post them on your social media and you have your team post them on their social media, guess what? When your workers at their family party and the grandma is like, oh, I got a roof leak, somebody at the party will be like, oh, there's this guy on my social media that's showing every week, he's showing us do these how he does his roofing. And then boom, that's how you attract these deals through your social media.
And I'll give you one more word, Justin. And if you don't want to go on social media, I get it. If that's not your core genius, I get it. Find somebody whose it is, right? Find somebody you want to partner with or align with to add to your team that is good at getting attention, because getting attention is one strength of a company. And if that's not you, that's cool. I get you. Find somebody else who it is.